their painter's pants with the loop.
Painter's pants with the loops. Yeah.
And then the boys
hang your hammer
there. Where else would you hang your hammer?
A lot of boys wanted to hang their hammer in my painter's pants. Hey, everybody, on today's episode of Madge Unmuted, we're going back in time, back to the 80s when I was a freak, a fucking freak. I'm going to tell you all about it, how much of a weirdo I was. That's why I'm wearing my Sex Pistols shirt. On today's episode of Madge Unmuted, come on in, the water's fine.
She freaky. She's
super freaky. Yow. Welcome to another episode of Madge Unmuted. I am your hostess, Madge Madigan. Come on in. And with me, as always, is my lovely and talented producer, Fitz. Say hi, Fitz.
Hey, Fitz.
Hey,
and that is also Chris, the lovely and talented Chris. That was fun. I like your besos. Muchos besos. Hi.
Jeff Bezos.
See, after I went exactly, I know. After I went to Florida last week, I got in that Spanish routine. I like practicing my Spanish. Anyway, you're probably wondering, why the fuck do I look like this week?
I was just wondering who gave you the pearl necklace.
Oh,
me.
Me.
I mean,
I don't know how
she made it herself.
Bought it. Not that kind of. Anyway, so it's because I am entering a new phase of my life, and I am doing something that, I'm going to talk about several things today. I'm going back to like my roots of all the shit I wanted to do in my life, but I never did, and so it's kind of going back to where I was in college.
Nice.
So
Denim, neon.
Yes, I'm dressed like I am in college. I was in college from 1983 to 1987. But then again, in 2018 to 2019, when I finally finished my degree for a couple of semesters. But the bulk, like the main thing after high school, I was in college, 83 to 87. And so literally, this is what I looked like. I was in Maine. I was like half preppy. I was with, I was a sorority girl, but then I was also
a material girl.
A punk gal.
Yeah.
I was so then I also had on, I don't have any khaki pants like I used to have on, but see, I'll show you. I got my you can't
nice.
See them very well. Oh, you got to bring them back. Oh, my
your
tree torns.
Oh, tree torns. Yeah. Nice.
No, my tree torns.
Tree torns?
Tree torns. Two tree. Yeah, two tree. Nice.
God, you're going to hurt yourself. That hurts me.
What if your hip goes out? Then what do we do?
Pop. I'm going to be 60. Just call the ambulance.
Yeah, we'll just pop it back in.
Oh, my God. I'm stuck. I got myself.
That's what you get for doing yoga on the podcast.
I know. I got my... Oh my God, I got it. So this is what I look like most of the time. A hot fucking mess when I was in college. But literally, it's like I would just roll out of bed, throw on some sweats. Oh, that was the other thing. I wore sweats all the time. That was one weird thing we did in college in the 80s. Like preppy girls, we wore sweatpants, and I usually wore this when it got warmer, but we also wore like turtlenecks and an LL Bean sweater, and then bean boots, and oh my God! These were actual sunglasses from college.
Oh my gosh!
Wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
you held on to a pair of sunglasses from college? That's impressive.
Yeah, they were like, thank you. Well, they were, you probably can't see my.
I might have a pair of underwear from college.
They were.
Oh, geez, they're on.
Yeah, people remember me with these things. Yeah, and then I'm gonna take this off because I'm hot. But I don't know if anybody remembers. I had these too from back then.
Oh, the rubber Are they the rubber bracelets?
Many more.
Are they the gummies?
Yeah. The gasket bracelets. Yeah.
Oh, the gaskets,
I had them like up my arm. Yeah. So,
so when you were in college, I was in middle school.
Yes.
Oh, gee.
And so
I knew you were going to say some stupid shit like that.
I'm not like that's the truth. I'm not saying it to like. It makes a back then there was a huge difference. Now there's not. Oh my god.
Yeah, unplugged.
Look, Madge floss.
Madge unplugged.
Okay, go back to what you're saying. The reason you said that is why.
Because it's true. I was in middle school when you were in college, and back then. There was it's a huge difference. You're in college and I'm like a freaking 10-year-old, 12-year-old kid. But now, there's no difference.
Now there's no difference.
Now it's nothing. Right? But
no, it's just a big old...
The young girls were wearing that too because they looked up to you college gals. And they wore all the same stuff that you gals wore. So you were like the role models.
I have to tell you, I kind of did the opposite thing. Whereas I was pretty cool, but it was like I didn't quite have access to all the music and fashion and stuff that I wanted to. I was almost there, but then so this is the other thing I was going to talk about. When I was after my freshman year of college, my mother's like, "You're not going to fucking sit around here all summer." No, she didn't really say that, but I know that's what was in her head.
That's what she was thinking.
And she's like, "Why?" Yeah, exactly. She was like, "Why don't you go work at a camp like all your siblings did?" And I remember kind of like I just want to like go out to bars every night. But no, she found me an ad. Yeah, pretty much. And I don't want to get up early at all. So she found an ad in the paper for a camp in the Berkshires in Western Massachusetts, near Pittsfield, Massachusetts. And they're like, "We need counselors who are experienced in this, this, and this." And I was experienced in like 3 different things. And so I called. I think my mother made me call. I don't think she called. And then, anyway, I got to talk to them. And they're like, "Yeah, this sounds great." And they're like, "There's some other girl coming from Buffalo. You want to get a ride with her?" And we exchanged numbers. And like, I went to this place, Sight Unseen. This was 1984. So I go to this place, Sight Unseen. And it was the 2 summers I spent there. I spent that summer and the next summer were the best fucking times of my life.
See?
It was so much fun.
See, mothers know best.
Exactly, they do. And I'll tell you what, going back to why so all the girls it was an all-girls camp, and they were Jewish. It was a Jewish camp, which is funny. None of the counselors were Jewish. We were all like, Goyim college kids. And then they were all from the New York City area. So it was... So
I bet you they couldn't get a decent schmear.
Coolest. No. And then it was so much fun. And so I got so much fashion advice and music or whatever from them. It's like, from hanging out with like the 13, 14, and 15-year-olds, those are the oldest girls, not hanging out, but like I was their bunk counselor, and see the stuff that they were wearing, or they would talk about.
And they're from New York City.
Yeah, so
they're like way ahead of it. Way ahead of the Buffalonians.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
I mean, a 14-year-old from, New York City, or even freaking Fair Lawn, New Jersey, was more worldly than me at the time. So I got all kinds of it. So I came back from that summer to college like a freak. I was like, I mean, a freak by other people's standards, no, but like my hair was real short. This side of my head was shaved. I had the long bangs, and I was just, by standards back then, I was a freak. But so that's when I started to become more myself. So
you let your freak flag fly.
Really cool. I did. Oh, and the good thing, they called them kitchen boys. All the guys that worked in the kitchen were college, and then a couple high school boys. They most of them were Jewish.
In an all-girls camp, that sounds dangerous.
Well, they were kitchen boys, but back then, the two were very separated. The only ones that were allowed to talk to the kitchen boys were counselors and the oldest girls. So there were some, 17, 18-year-old boys, and then there were some 15-year-old campers. So they were pretty good. The girls were allowed to go to the dining hall in the evening and hang out, but a counselor was there. So they kind of kept watch, and then everybody had to go back to their tent, and not their tent, their cabin, which was across the highway. So, which had to, I don't know, back then it was pretty good separation of church and state, if you know what I mean. So anyway, that's where I got to be more cool. But anyway, I was, so I'm going to tell you what I'm doing while I'm going back to being a freak. Because I refrained from being a freak for a long time because I was told I had to grow up.
Because you were Catholic.
Because you're like Mary Catherine Gallagher.
No, just because there was that, but also because, my parents were college grads. Everybody in my family was college grads, and it was always kind of mostly these kind of snooty, overachieving colleges and college grads. So it was like, after college, you're supposed to, get married and have babies and have a career and yada, yada, yada. And so I went to move with my college boyfriend, who went down to NC State to go to grad school. Which I never, ever, ever should have done. But there's nothing I can do about it now, right? Because it led me to where I am today.
Definitely not now.
Can't do anything about it.
Right, exactly. But
couldn't even do anything about it 20 years ago.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, obviously I got my kids that I love and everything, but I wish I had the balls to just say, you know what? No, I'm packing up and I'm moving to New York City, and I'm gonna go.
Tell me about it. Oh my God. I think about that now, like what I should have done when I was 18. Yeah. I mean, the woulda, coulda, shouldas go on forever and ever. But that's the same thing. Yeah. I wish when I was 18, I said, screw it. I'm going to go to, New York Film Academy or something. Go to film school in New York City.
Yeah.
Or had the freaking wherewithal to know ahead of time, so I actually had decent grades. Although I was trying to get into the Naval Academy, but I just did not have the scores to get in there, at all.
That's a tough one.
I got a nomination to the Merchant Marine Academy, but not an appointment. So I couldn't have got into Columbia if I tried.
Oh yeah, well, John. So there's just the Naval Academy and West Point. So the Marines, well,
go to the Naval Academy.
Yeah, right. And so John couldn't even get in. He's
a smarty pants.
Robert tried to. I mean, they ended up going to Columbia, but they couldn't get in the Naval Academy, and they swam at Columbia, and he had to ask to get an appointment, which is a referral or whatever.
Yeah, you have to get it from your congressman or senator. Yep.
Yeah, and then but he says that he was had the flu on the day that he had to go for the physical exam or whatever, and didn't do real great.
Sucks.
I don't know. That's what he said. But it's yeah. And so, but he went on to be a Division I swimmer at an Ivy League school, but he couldn't get in. But anyway, it doesn't matter because he went to OCS training during college, and he, upon graduation, Columbia, he got his commission, and boom, he started as an officer and went to flight school. So anyway, enough about John.
Well, that's what I wanted to do.
Me, I was just a loser.
Except my color blindness means I couldn't fly.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I grew my hair out and started playing guitar.
What'd you?
Yeah, okay. I had like, long hair.
Did you like go to school or get a job or?
I had many jobs at the time. Let's see, I worked at a pool store. I worked at Domino's a lot of times. I ended up bouncing around to school, and then I finally went to the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale to be in radio.
Oh, okay.
Which was
there you go.
And ta-da!
Terrible.
Ta-da! I'm taking off these.
I graduated in '95, and I finally got in radio in 2012.
It didn't take that long. That was fine. No, that was fine. That was fine.
Yes.
I was actually I got out of school, got out of school in 87, and then my first TV job was in 88. So I worked 88 to 94 in TV, and then I worked the last 2 years in radio. But actually I worked I worked when I was in TV, or it was on TV in Rochester too. I worked at WBER radio.
Oh, nice.
Which I loved, which was a non-profit or whatever. But so then after that, I just became mama. So then, and back in 16, I know I first started,
not the mama.
Mama. Not the mama. I'm the mama. Not the mama. I used to love that
from
show.
Dinosaurs. Oh my God. What
Dinosaurs.
A great show. Dinosaurs.
Oh, that was.
Missed that one.
Because you were in utero.
Yeah. What?
Exactly.
Dinosaurs was from the 80s. I remember the show. I just never watched it.
Yeah. Not the mama. That's what he always said to his father.
It was.
Yeah. Every time the father came up to him, he was like, not the mama. Right.
So I'll have to check that one out on Prime or something.
It's funny.
Yeah, it was funny. And jeepers. So, what the fuck? God damn it, I lost my train of thought. But yeah,
well,
so
you're pretty near 60, so.
Back in 2016, I decided to start a podcast again that kind of, and then I put that on the back burner after a few episodes, and then 2020, here I was again, and now I'm doing it. So now, while I'm going back to all this, you know what I'm getting back to, and I'm starting a next phase. I have a big announcement, and
you're pregnant.
Probably, this is, yeah.
Not that big. Oh,
yeah.
I didn't mean to take the wind out of your uterus.
The first, yeah, I am.
Yeah, you're saying that with your smile on your face, like,
yeah.
I know. I'm pregnant with my own grandchild. No,
I'm my own grandchild.
What is this, Mississippi? Come on,
right.
So what I did, I've been thinking about doing this for a long time, and finally John said, God damn it, I'm helping you with this. We're going to do this. Good. And so I bought a bunch of DJ equipment.
Nice.
Like wedding bar DJ. Yeah. So I bought a Pioneer DDJ Flex 4 thick controller, and then I got speakers, and I got an amp, and I got a subwoofer, and I'm learning how to use it, and I downloaded Record Box. I'm trying to use it. I'm losing it trying to use it.
You got to use it before you lose it. Yeah. Is it hard?
Difficult. And I think
is it?
And I think this is why
once you get it,
we got a late start here today, because I had my laptop connected to the thigh bone downstairs.
That's exactly where I was going with that.
Too.
Exactly. I was like,
knee bone. I know you were. That's why I said it. I know you too. And I had all that shit connected. So then I brought the laptop upstairs, and I know, I'm sure it fucked up settings in my laptop.
Oh my gosh! You should have come in with your.
I know.
Oh man,
you gotta have your
move.
Some of the worst experiences of my life was when I was a DJ for weddings.
You know, and I know.
That's just because of the
that's
situation.
Coming.
You're gonna have to play Celebrate,
no, but so you're fun. You've got a great personality. You know how to party. That's what you have to be to be a good DJ. You have to know how to get the crowd moving, how to keep them moving, keep that momentum going, know when to slow it down, when not to slow it down, all that kind of shit. That's like a good DJ makes the freaking wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. And that's what I thought too. And everybody kept telling me it's like, you'd be really good because, well, Chris, you know, remember when I used to
Midnight
play
Star.
DJ at the bar?
Oh, yeah.
So,
actually, you texted me this. Excuse me, madam, you're standing still in no parking zone. Yeah.
So Chris and I used to hang out at this bar together in Rochester. And God, I don't know, back like 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, we used to be there like 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
And 2-3. Yeah.
2-3.
And our friends, it had that touch tunes that you can do it from the phone. And a couple of our friends would be like, here, and hand me their phone and be like, here, Madge, play DJ. And so, because they liked my music selection, but it was also because I know a lot about music. I'm like an idiot savant where all my friends are always like, how the fuck do you know that song? And I can usually
I can play Name That Tune. Like Joe always says, how do you know what that song is? I can hear it just start and I'm like, some obscure song.
Exactly. So So, I like all different kinds of genres too. And Chris and I had a joke about that we liked the song No Parking on the Dance Floor by, was it a Midnight Star?
Midnight Star,
Midnight Star.
Yeah.
And so and here's the thing about Chris, we know all the damn words all the time.
I know,
too.
terrible.
Right? So the other day I'm scrolling through Instagram and all of a sudden I had not heard this song in a few years since we stopped hanging out at the pub so much. And it was that goddamn, excuse me, madam, you're standing still in a no parking zone. If you don't got to move on that body, I'll be forced to give you a ticket. So get with it. Bam, bam, and so
that will get people dancing. Yep. That'll get people dancing.
Well, and everybody our age too. Beep, 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 beep. But so I'm like, send to Christopher. Like, I'm dying. So that was fun. God. But yeah, and plus, like, if you have to know how to read the room too. Like if everybody was out on the dance floor and then
you don't play a soul song.
Right. And then people are like, not so much. You're like, fuck, I lost them, and then it's like, okay, we'll go back, and you got to stay in the same vein. So
when you get the old people out there, you got to do stuff they know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just have to keep constantly reading the room. And and then also if someone, and I know too, people will be like, do you know the song that goes, yeah.
Isn't that every song from the mid-90s?
Well, it is,
yeah. But if somebody gives you some, like, that song that goes, I've got to do what I got to do, I don't know, whatever, I'm just making up shit. But so I know that shit. So I'm hoping, like, I don't want to be like, I'm not gonna do it, 7 nights a week. I'm not going to do every wedding known to mankind. I'm just going to be, nor do I want to be one of these new DJs, like DJ Pauly D. Yeah, Pauly D from Jersey Shore, DJ Pauly D. And, or any of these other, like my kids now go to concerts and it's a DJ.
What?
Is there really a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like Steve Aoki or one of those guys that just they play their
like oh God, who was the guy that died?
Mixes.
Like
Sir Mix-a-Lot,
Avicii, whatever his name was.
Yeah, Avicii.
Yeah, they just do their thing. my son just went to one with this DJ called Horse Girl.
Oh, jeez.
Look that up. Yeah. So she wears
why the long face?
A horse head. Exactly. That's what I said. But like, I don't try and. I'll never like make fun of my kids' interests. I'll be like, oh, that's really cool. Even though I'm like, okay, and don't get that one, but okay. Like, I mean, it's just a play. It's like just like when Daft Punk wearing the helmets. What are you laughing at? Or
I love Daft Punk.
Deadmau5 was the.
Oh, no, I was just thinking like your kids play a song for you. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you listen to that? You're an idiot. What a loser. Parent of the year.
Does any generation like the other generation's music? Probably not.
No,
but you gotta like appreciate that they have their own taste.
It's like when the American Music Awards come on, and you're like, I was watching the intro, and I was like, I don't know any of those people. I don't know any of them.
Get out of my
any of them. Like, thank God they had 80-year-old Cher on there, because I was like, okay, her I know.
So that's like, I mean, because that's what not so much my mother really made an effort to try and be like, okay, if that's what you like, or like when I would have my, my fucking weirdo hair, and I used to have it all hanging, I have these really long bangs like this, and they're hanging down on my face like that. My father's like, why do you get that hair out of your face? Like, you got such a pretty face. Why do you wear that? And my mother would just go, oh, Thomas, she's just expressing herself. And I was like, go, Mom. But then all my older siblings, and I get it. They were all high school, college after, and anything that I liked was, oh, that fucking sucks, man. That your disco sucks, man. That fucking, what's that fucking weird fucking punk shit, whatever, I mean,
disco
does say it quite so that actually there were parts of it that I hated, because there was parts of disco that I sucked. It was like the overly poppy orchestra heavy shit that was.
I love the disco version of Star Wars.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah,
they had a remix of that. Disco remix.
Do the hustle.
Speaking of that, though, I just got tickets to a concert in Buffalo, and it is, I don't remember the name of the one group. They had some R&B hits in the 80s, I guess. I didn't even know that. I'll have to look it up. But then the next one is Peaches and Herb.
Oh, reunited, and it feels so good.
They're still alive.
I hated that song. Yeah,
she's just shriveled. Her song, peach is more like a apricot.
It's more like an apricot. I was going to say, but the dried kind in the box.
And they're dried herbs now, right? Yeah, right.
Yeah, dry. Exactly. He's
herbs.
The kind
herb is finally legal.
De Provence.
He's like a bottle of McCormick's dried herbs, and she's those dried fruits that come in the
like an apple doll.
Anyway, no.
Right.
So stop. So anyway, but no, I loved Shake Your Groove Thing.
Oh yeah,
that was my jam. Shake your thing, shake your groove thing, yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
show them how to do
okay,
it.
Shake it, yeah. And then the headliner, Sugar Hill.
No, Sugar Hill
Gang. Yeah.
Are they still a gang?
I think there's maybe like two or of the original left.
It's more of a club, a club
gang. Exactly. It's more of a duo.
They're a non-profit organization.
More of a combo. Fundraising team. Now, no. So
you're going to have fun at that.
Yeah.
They're coming to Buffalo?
Yeah.
Buffalo? Yeah.
At the Riviera Theater, and that's the same place that I went to see the Depeche Mode tribute band Strangelove, who were
I did a commercial for the Riviera Theater years ago.
Did you?
Did you.
Yeah, it's a great place.
I love that place.
It's beautiful.
It's a place. It still has the big old Wurlitzer organ there. Because that used to be the Wurlitzer organ factory.
Yeah, because that's right down there. Yeah.
Yeah, and they still have this big, huge, one of the big, huge. All I can think
that's
of.
That's a big organ.
Fitz, do you remember one unlike the Orange Man. Anyway,
oh,
I know. Oh my God damn it! You remember Monty Python?
Ooh.
Did you used to watch Monty Python?
Flying Circus
on TV? Yeah. Do you remember when all of a sudden they would cut to the naked guy playing the organ? This is the kind of organ. It's huge. The big pipe organ.
Yeah.
And they have a person who's proficient in it play for the entire time from the time the doors open up until they're getting ready to.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So anyway, I can't remember what the fuck else I was talking about. So
and now for something completely different.
Yes.
Ta-da!
Chris, what did you want to be?
What did I want to be?
Grew up? What was your plan? Well, like after college, you went to. I went
to college for interior design, and because I knew I had to do something creative. Yeah, so I'm actually doing. Yeah, I'm doing what I went to school for in some respect, which is. Did you go to Fisher? Or? I went to Cazenovia in Syracuse.
Oh, Cazenovia. That's right.
Yes, and I dressed just like you. It was about the same time frame, and we wore the neon and the acid wash and the had the hair. I had the Flock of Seagulls hair. Yeah, I ran so far away. Yeah.
Oh my God.
We used to go through spray and get it, and of course I had tons of hair then, so you could just be like
exactly. But you couldn't get away.
I couldn't get away. And I had the asymmetrical acid wash jean jacket and the whole
I tried to make my own.
Yeah, I had. Yeah, first
I tried to make.
Z Cavaricci's. Yeah.
Oh God.
High waisted.
I was not able to wear those fucking pants. Yeah. No way, no how.
Cavaricci's. Yeah.
I looked like a clown.
I got hooked on. I don't know if you remember because it was a New York City thing, but was Fiorucci.
Oh, Fiorucci.
My favorite opera star.
I know, right?
Look it up.
They had those with a nice white wine sauce.
Yes, Fiorucci.
Exactly.
You know what I was thinking the other day? How we used to wear shed house pants all the time because, of course, I grew up in Pittsford and we wore Docksiders and shed house, and you had to have like
absolutely before that though we
pants. Well, they were next to Chase Picken. There was Wegmans, Chase Picken, Shed House in every plaza,
Shed House
everywhere.
Right,
and it was like a denim store.
Down here in Dunkirk, we had some funky boutiques because of Fredonia State. So the kids there were like all from the city and shit, and we had Pantastic.
Oh,
was the name of the store. It was all. But did you have painter's pants?
Yeah, from Shed House. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're talking. That's what you're calling
the Shed House pants. The Shed House.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're painter's pants with the
painter's pants with the loops. Yeah, yep.
And then the boys
hang your hammer there.
Where else would you hang your hammer?
A lot of boys wanted to hang their hammer in my painter's pants. The loop on the painter.
The loop. We had painter's pants, Docksiders.
Thank you. Good night. Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Oh my God! Oh,
and all the layers of shirts. We used to wear a polo shirt with an Oxford over the top.
Oh God!
And then all the layers.
Imagine how that style was in South Florida.
A turtleneck, then the polo shirt, then the Oxford,
and the Oxford,
and the
then
Shed House pants.
Knotted sweater.
Yeah, knotted sweater.
See, in high school, I went to Catholic high school, so we had to wear a uniform. And at the time that I went, except for the last year, but for the first 3 years, we had to wear corduroys. We had to wear these navy blue corduroys. Oh yeah, and corduroys in South Florida in August.
Yeah,
you talk about chafing. Oh, especially for us little portly fellas. Oh, the worst.
Did you have to shop in the Husky section?
I did. Husky Toughskins. Yeah, when I was a kid. Husky Toughskins with the patches on the knees.
I don't want Rustlers, Mom. I want Levi's. Well, they don't make them like that. My mom never talked like that.
Yeah, because I was Husky. Yeah.
I can't remember. My ex-husband and I used to have a joke. He would every time he would talk about telling a story about being a kid, he's like, there I was in my Wrangler Husky size 10 or what Toughskins Wrangler size 10 or not, what I mean.
From Sears and Roebuck. Yeah.
He would always say he had the same thing, and I would laugh because it was a running joke, but and
they had the reinforced knees. And then you could see the patches on the knees. They would when you washed them, they were.
Hence the name Toughskin. So speaking of jeans like that, so my junior year, I think it was, I don't know. It was right before acid wash was really in. Oh, this was 1985, and I learned it from the girls down in New York. So I didn't have much money, and my parents were notoriously cheap. Like my dad didn't think that I needed any spending money at college because what did I need it for? I got all my meals in the dining hall, and that's all I needed. So anyway, so I took a pair of jeans of mine, and there was did we have I don't know, in the laundry room there was a wash tub, and I put some, I don't know what I did. I tied them up or some shit. Yeah. And I put I tried to do myself. Oh my God. It wasn't the cool acid wash, like the streaky kind. It was just a big
It was just the bleach.
Exactly. And then I wore them once. They looked ridiculous. So I wore them once, and they were so worn thin from the bleach that
they disintegrate. Yeah.
So yeah, that was my big attempt at acid wash at the fashion.
That was the look with the neon and the.
Yeah, it was.
Did you guys have Edwin jeans up here and ID shirts? Or was that just the South Florida thing?
I've heard of the Edwin J's, but we didn't have them up here.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, that was the big thing.
We had Guess.
We had Guess too, but for a while, Edwin was the big fad, and then those big freaking ridiculous huge shirts that were ID. It said ID on it.
Oh no,
it had ID number. I don't know.
Oh yeah, yes.
I hated that. I hated that.
Also, and before that, I wasn't allowed until I went there. I wasn't allowed to be fashionable. Literally, my mother wasn't. I was supposed to look like I just walked out of the preppy handbook because
the preppy handbook.
Yeah.
You don't look fashionable, you look respectable.
Oh my God.
Do you have one of your I know I used to have that too. I'm sure I do still
handbook?
Somewhere. Yeah, the preppy handbook.
I used to live by this.
Yeah.
And she stepped on the ball.
We used to go to Reed Kent and get our. Do you remember Reed Kent in Pittsburgh? No, probably not. It was the preppy place where they had the little bags with the button on covers on the little handbags with the wooden handles. Yeah, with the wooden handles. Yeah, and my belts with the ribbon.
Oh, the ribbon belts.
Am I frozen on your end? Or is it
you're frozen, but you froze in a great position.
I know, didn't I?
First of all, I thought she's holding that a really long time.
Freeze frame.
Right.
So there was.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Yeah. So my mother wore that. My mother and my father came from. They weren't my father was kind of rich, but they had well-groomed backgrounds. They were both taught to wear
well-heeled. Yeah.
Yeah. And so but they dressed my mother, they always wore
were they the Dunkirk Madigans?
The Dunkirk
Yes.
Madigans. Yes.
Yeah, well, it was the Bethlehem, PA McCalls and the Dunkirk Madigans. And yes, my grandfather was a banker. And,
and he stepped on the ball.
Ball.
Oh my God.
Trading places. And so then so anyway, it was just always, well, yeah, I went to Catholic elementary school, so it was just like Peter Pan college button down with a ugly
Pearls.
jumper.
Yeah.
And then after that it was just, polo shirts, whatever, khakis. I wasn't allowed to wear jeans for the longest time. I wore skirts and dresses to school most of the time. I was a dork. And then, it was like around 77 or 78 that came out. And then all of a sudden the fashion, there was the wool knee socks with the clogs, with the wool pleated skirt, plaid skirt. And that was like my whole thing. And I'll never forget, like around 1976. Okay. So when I'm 11 and, it's that's that time where a girl all of a sudden is like, I'm going to be 12 soon. I'm going to be,
I'm
Mom, that's so not cool.
Right. Like Valley Girl.
I desperately wanted a pair of Lycra pants and candy slides.
Oh my gosh. That was the thing too.
Coked up prostitute that walked out of Studio 54. That's the look that I wanted to go for. And my mom was like, no. So,
and the Dr. Scholl's, that was a big thing then too.
Yeah.
Those clogs, those Dr. Scholl's clogs.
Right. Well, there was those sandals, and then there were those. What were those dance Swedish clogs?
Oh yes.
And,
right.
Okay. And here's me always trying to steal my older sister stuff and my mother's stuff. And but anyway, she would not let me wear anything that was fashionable whatsoever. But I kind of there was a store here, a department store called 80's that was upscale, and they sold Papagallo and Izod. They had a Pendleton shop in there. They had, so I got all that shit. But then when I wanted to, get I had moved from here by then. So I'd moved up to near Rochester in 81. So I started to find some cool things, but my mother was still like, no, you're not buying that stuff.
You're not doing it.
So here's another thing. So when I worked at these camps, these girls were so ridiculously wealthy. One of them was Henry Winkler's niece. Their mother was his sister. And then I don't know if you remember Fred Silverman, who was he was president of ABC programming at NBC at one point. I think actually he was I think he was the head at every single network at one point at different times.
Me and Freddie go way back. Me and Freddie.
Really? His daughter went there. And
so she had no money. Yeah.
No, none whatsoever. And I met him and I was like, oh, I wondered if you ever worked. I said, Mr. Silverman, I wonder if you happen to know my uncle, because I think you worked with him. And he's like, thinking that I'm going to name some fucking unknown key grip from,
right.
30 years ago. No, I'm like, my uncle was John Madigan. And he's like, yes, of course. Yes, I worked. My Uncle John, until he died in 1974 or 5, was the president of ABC News.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And he had been
That's awesome.
He had been in TV since the beginning. I mean, he was 16 years old, no, 12 years older than my dad, something like that. And so he started in radio when he got out of college in 1936.
Oh my gosh.
So and then he moved.
That's the time
TV.
to get into radio.
Exactly. Get it on the ground floor. On the ground floor, plastics. And so yeah, I'll never forget the look on his face was like, oh, oh, so it's like actually somebody's like, yes, I knew him very well. He was a mentor of mine.
That's pretty cool.
I was like,
he thought you were going to say, did you know Rufus Jones, who
used to sweep out my office?
He was a union guy from Fort Lee, New Jersey.
He used to change the light bulbs on the studio.
He used to change the gels on the spotlight.
Every other Tuesday he worked.
Oh my God.
5 minutes at a time because it's a union shop. So.
Exactly. Change gel, take a smoke break. Change gel. We're getting way too deep in the weeds.
Oh my God.
In the industry, but that was really cool, and that was really freaking cool working at that camp, and some of the drunkest nights of my life there too. We said that they you had to you could go off campus after the kids went to bed at like 9, but it was like you were it was like a rotation. Like there were
who gets to go?
Yeah, because there were there's a schedule of counselors on duty, so every night a couple of several people had to stay in together. But when we could go out, it was like, whoo, boy, because we all met at these bars because there's so many camps around there, and so it was just like a feeding frenzy of horny college kids.
Oh, jeez.
Were let out of their respective camps for the night, and just it's like, okay, we were out at 9, we got to be back by midnight or 11:30, or no, like a midnight, so you had to kind of leave at like 11:30, so you made it in because like they put a chain across and you were
geez,
turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're like, you're buying like a 6-pack and you're trying to drink and just... Good times.
So when's your first gig?
Oh, I don't know. Whenever I feel comfortable. I mean, I'm going to try and do my initial gigs will probably be just like private party, home. I think one of my very first one, the first time I'll just have some friends over and try it out. But one of the first times I actually do go in public, I think is going to be at Stick and Rudder.
Oh, nice. I was going to say, you should have like a, DJ at the bar.
Yeah, that's really
Punk
what
night.
My other main. Yeah. So that's kind of what my other main purpose of this was, is just do it at the bar. Just do, some events here and
people
there.
People love to have music playing too. It draws people in. And
so being a DJ, which kind of party will you not DJ? Will you refuse to DJ?
Like bar mitzvahs?
Well, I wouldn't do a bar mitzvah either. They're hard. That's hard. You have to have...
I don't think it would be that hard, because a bar mitzvah is a very delicate dance between teeny bopper pop.
That's true. And
what
parents and grandparents. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I guess there's different levels, because I know some friends of mine that they're the bar mitzvah boys, and what they do at a bar mitzvah, I would like. There's like 10 of them. And there's the DJ, and then there's the host, and then there's all these other dudes, and they come out with all this shit, and they have all the freaking party favors. It's like, no thanks.
There is that. Okay, I forgot.
You want me to spin discs? Fine.
Right.
There is a whole entertainment package. I thought you were talking about, like, because they're bar mitzvah boys. Like, they'll come. There is the DJ and the host, and then they have all the party favors, and then the games and the giveaways. My boyfriend in college, who I met at he was a kitchen boy, and his sister was a camper. Yeah, lived in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Mark West.
Kitchen boy.
Hello, kitchen boy.
I absolutely loved him, but there was no way in hell his mother was going to let him marry a Shiksa. So anyway, and plus we were like, he was like down at George Washington University. I was up in Maine. There's no way that was going to work. Anyway, he was awesome. So I went to his sister's bat mitzvah in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. and this is 1980, 45, somewhere around there. She had a Michael Jackson impersonator. She had like a light show, laser light show. She had all of these giveaways. There was like a fashion show. I mean, it was like, maybe I'm confusing like several different bar mitzvahs.
They all do kind of meld into one.
Yeah, and like
Same
my
with
kids.
weddings.
So I lived in. So you'll know when I moved back to Rochester after living in Colorado, I moved to Brighton, and my kids were at Brighton.
No
Public
Jewish people
schools.
there.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. It was like, you know, all the Orthodox temples were there,
Sure.
and all the, you know, and it was a small neighborhood so that they could walk because they don't use cars
when
and
they
shit
go to-
on the Sabbath. So yeah. So anyway, so my kids had a lot of Jewish friends, and they would just come home with armfuls of
Oh, yeah.
shit, sweatshirts with Adam's bar mitzvah, you know, and a whole fistful of photo booth pictures and candies and
Yeah.
you know, layer cakes and
It's a huge.
And
Yeah,
those
huge.
little things that go
So-
when you spin them.
Oh, yeah.
exactly. So anyway, I mean, I don't think I'll be doing any, you know, white supremacist
None of that.
get-togethers or anything.
No.
Definitely not that. I won't be
No.
doing. You're going back to asking me what sort of things I won't do.
Yeah.
But you know,
I
you
won't-
have the right crowd at the bar for the
yeah.
music you love. They're going to
Well, that's the
eat
thing.
that up. Yeah.
I've always made all the playlists. We just run
Yeah.
Spotify for business, and I've
Right.
always made all the playlists,
Right.
and everybody loves it. So
But they love what
It's-
they really love is having a person there. So that makes it more
exactly.
fun. The interacting,
Yeah.
the taking, you know, taking requests and, you know, that'd be fun.
So anyway,
So
there you
DJ
have it.
Jazzy Madge, is that what's your
I haven't thought of a handle yet. I don't know. You know, I remember when I majored
Majesty.
in broadcasting. Yeah, I majored in broadcasting in college, and I was on the college radio station for 4 years. And my name, as you all know, my friends at college gave me the nickname Madge, and so my show was there with popular commercials at the time, the Palmolive commercials with Madge the manicurist. So I called it "You're Soaking in It
You're
with Madge."
soaking.
There you go.
That was my thing for years, and then that was my blog for years, and then that was but then like now it's so removed, nobody knows what that
Yeah.
is anymore.
No,
Right.
nobody knows.
And
what
I
that
Now they're
always
like,
thought it was
why
the
are you
greatest
soaking,
fucking
Madge?
name.
That's
You're
kind of
soaking
weird.
in it.
Yeah,
Right.
like that's kind
Okay.
of creepy. What
It's
are
a
you
little-
talking about?
TMI.
You're
Mhm.
soaking.
Exactly. It's okay. I'm wearing a pad.
Palmolive.
That's okay.
I went to high school with
so-
Paul. He's a good guy.
Palmolive.
Yeah, Paul Molive.
Yeah. So
From,
I don't
from
know
the
if
Fort
anybody has
Lauderdale
any-
Molives.
Molive. From the
Exactly.
Molives, right.
from
the Molive
Palm Beach
cocktails.
Molives.
Right.
Speaking of preppy handbook,
my
so
gosh, how
anybody
funny.
have any idea of what my DJ name should be?
I
It's
don't
probably
know.
just going to be Madge,
Yeah.
How about never mind the bollocks?
MC Madge. There you go. Madge Unmuted. I don't know.
Madge.
Magic tunes.
Unmuted. That's fun.
Everybody's
The Madge
magic.
Unmuted.
I hate that. You
No,
know,
I
I
just
would.
kidding.
Her
I know.
Majesty. Yeah.
There
That's
you
what
go.
I call you. That's what you come up in my phone. Her Majesty.
I love that. Thank you. You're just
You-
Christopher in mine.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Fits your fits.
Fits your fits.
Anyway, if
Gefilte
anybody's got any,
fits. Right.
exactly. I love
Gefilte.
that. So if anybody has any suggestions for my DJ name, just let me know. So
I think you need what you need to do is have a little music come wait for intro on your podcast. Don't you think a little podcast?
You gonna learn how to
music,
scratch?
like a
well, yeah, I already
Little
do
theme
on the
music.
Wheels of Steel. Sure, I know.
Yeah. theme music.
All that scratching is making me itch. Oh, I know. That's from Two Buffalo Girls Going Around the Outside.
Around the outside.
The Malcolm McLaren one. Not Two Trailer Park Girls that Eminem plays. See, I know just
funny.
way,
Trailer
way,
Park
way,
Girls.
way too much. No, that's what Eminem
I know.
says.
Yeah.
Two Trailer Park
Trailer
Girls.
Park Girls go around the outside.
See, I just know way too much. Anyway, any parting thoughts before we shut it down?
Parting?
Parting?
Got parting, Fitz? What are you parting?
The Red Sea?
The Red Sea.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. That's your name.
Coming up on past Easter.
The Red Sea.
And you know what's coming soon? March.
The Red Sea.
March.
Speaking of, you can march it. What are you laughing at? I missed something.
I said, that's your DJ name. The DJ Red Sea.
Oh.
It's so stupid. I'm laughing because I'm fucking late. I'm not going to.
I'm sorry. All right. I'm going to let you go. But,
I'm trying to get my daughter to get another ride to work.
You said, I know. No, I'm leaving. I'm right now. I'm going.
I'm leaving.
So, yeah, I'm leaving.
On a jet plane.
On a jet plane. Remember to subscribe while you're here, and don't forget to join us next week. And I was just gonna say, March 1st, I'm gonna fucking turn on the pastels like nobody's business because I'm sick of this wintertime outfit shit. So I'm gonna be all lit up like a fucking
just change
Easter egg
and
tree.
fuck the weather. I'm wearing shorts tomorrow.
Right.
I don't give a shit if it's 12.
That's it.
Exactly. Well, Anyway, thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Madge Unmuted. Back to the 80s we went. And don't forget to join us next week on the next episode of Madge Unmuted. Fitz and Crits. Thank you so much. I know Crits and Fitz.
and Crits.
Everything sits on a Crits and a Fitz. Chris and Fitz, thanks so much for joining me, and I hope to see you all next week on the next episode of Madge Unmuted. Bye.
Bye now.
Ciao.